So this is where we ended up with right before break. Some students began, or some classes began working on this. Some of them, we just barely started to discuss this. But this part right here, 3-43 is, okay, so we know that we can change every subtraction problem into an addition problem. But why? Why would we care? Why would we do that? And that's what this problem is about. So it says, when would rewriting subtraction problems into addition problems be useful? With your team, decide which of the following expressions you would want to rewrite and why. Be prepared to share your reasons with the class. So on your notebook right here, oops, that's homework. Don't look there. That homework has already been assigned. I will let you know that. But on this one right here, you're going to write the expression right here, which ones would be useful to rewrite it as an addition problem, because, and then your reasoning. Okay, so it's going to be more than one. I'm going to let you know that right now. Some of these could be open to debate as to which ones would be the most useful. So let's start with alpha. So it says I have negative 186 hundredths, and I'm going to remove the opposite of 3 and 86 hundredths. I would make the argument that rewriting that problem as an addition problem would make it easier. So when we're doing this, I want to be clear that on this, when I'm looking at it, so if I was to do, of course, I can't use with decimals, I can't use my integer tiles. I would need to use either a Cecil diagram or a number line. And so as I'm looking at this, what direction does that guy right there tell me to go on my number line? That guy right there tells me to go to the left. But this guy right here is my opposite symbol. And so the opposite of the left is to the right. So because I'm doing that, I would make the argument that rewriting that one might make it easier to deal with. So instead, I would have written down for that one. Let's go ahead and switch back over here. So, oh, fiddlesticks, I already forgot it. Oh, so we have negative 186 hundredths, and we're removing the opposite of 3 and 86 hundredths. So again, I would probably rewrite this so that it would look like the opposite of 186 hundredths plus, because if I'm going to the left, oh no, I'm going to the right, that's addition, 3 and 86 hundredths. Because they're opposites like this, that means my 86 hundredths goes away, and really I'm only taking negative 100 plus 3. So if I'm negative 100 plus 3, that would be 97. So it's this. Let's see here, because we'd be adding the opposite sign. The opposite value. So again, because this is negative, and if we add this positive, it helps me to be able to do that easier. It helps me to simplify it easier that way. Adding the opposite value. To simplify. Okay. Let's look at the next guy. So we have this one right here. We have 21, and we are removing negative 7. If I was doing integer tiles with this one right here, I don't have enough to take away, which means I have to add 0 pairs. But if I look at it this way right here, where I'm going to the left, but I'm going to the opposite of the left, which means I'm going to the right, my addition problem is going to be 21 plus 7, which is easier for me to calculate. So let's look right here. So we also have 21 removing negative 7, because 21 plus 7 doesn't make me have to add 0 pairs. Whoops. Getting tired. Sorry guys, I'm trying here. All right, let's look at the next one. So some students said they'd leave this one alone. I would make the argument, if I have negative 24 and I'm adding negative 6 to it, which is what this would be as an addition problem, if I'm using integer tiles, just adding negative 6 to it, again, it's the same thing as over here, where I am adding and then making 0 pairs, or excuse me, I'm adding those and I don't have to do anything. So on this one here, let's go over here. I'm a little nervous about my time. So on that guy, let me double check, negative 24. So we have negative 24 minus 6, like this, because negative 24 plus negative 6 doesn't mean 0 pairs. Because if I was to do this, I have negative 24 and I need to remove positive 6. I would have to add those 0 pairs back in. With this right here, if I have negative 24 and I'm adding negative 6, that means I have negative 30 tiles. And I can do that really quick. Much quicker than adding 0 pairs to have enough to take away. What about this guy right here? I would say with this one, it's probably similar to this guy right here for the same reason. Although if I'm doing a number line, I'm right here, and this guy right here tells me to go to the left, I probably wouldn't need to rewrite it that way. This one here, we have 0 minus 1 and 12 hundredths. Again, I'm going to use a number line with this. This is telling me that I am going to go to the left from 0. I would say that I should not need to rewrite that. Foxtrot, I have 0. I'm going to the left. Oh no, I'm going to go to the right. 37 and a quarter feet if I'm using Cecil's. On this one here, I would change it to an addition problem. So because 0 plus 37 and 1/4 is easier to see the value right away. So this one here, I might not recognize that it's going to be a positive 37 and a quarter. With this guy right here, I absolutely would. Now, you might not agree with me on some of these, and that's okay. But absolutely, I would say you should have at least 3 expressions on here that you for sure would rewrite as an addition problem to help you to understand it. Make sure to email me if you're not understanding these. When we come back from break, we're going to start with our group poster that we can use on our test. And so on those, I want to make sure that we're really good so that you guys have the best information you can to be able to use on your chapter 3 test.